A slew of mixed signals from the Bitcoin chart and Helium fighting what looks to be a very strong resistance around the $29 level. A lot of people have been asking if the bottom for Bitcoin and subsequently many other cryptos was in last week. Today's uptick seems to support that thesis, but there are a number of negative signals on a few different timescales for Bitcoin. Certainly not a good setup for moving higher. However, the one critical indicator I was looking for on the Bitcoin chart is now flashing green. This is the same indicator that turned out to be the starting point for new all-time highs for Bitcoin back in July of 2021. Let's take a look at the charts in today's video. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video here in the Crypto Compound channel. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you are having a great day. Please hit that like and subscribe on the way in. It really helps support the channel. Today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the Helium price chart and also, as we must, the Bitcoin price chart. Everybody in the crypto space, regardless of what crypto you are following, has to take a look at the Bitcoin chart and is trying to identify when it will be turning around for good. Is the bottom in? Is the real question that people have been asking. One thing that I found most interesting regarding Bitcoin and trying to determine whether we have seen the bottom already for this local low was Dave Portnoy's purchase here of 29 Bitcoins on January 28th at a price of around 36,900. Now, at first glance, this might look like a positive sign. People are jumping into Bitcoin, speculating that the bottom is in and the price will drive higher. However, for me, this really is a contrary indicator. I think that this indicates that we are not at the bottom just yet, rather than we have seen the bottom already. Of course, time will tell, but I did want to share that as that did get a lot of coverage here on Twitter. I also just wanted to point out, guys, I finally got my Bobcat miner in. I ordered this in, I believe it was the end of July 2021, and it finally arrived on the 28th. It is already set up and syncing, a very flawless and easy setup. The Bluetooth connection and the Wi-Fi connection were frictionless, and it is currently syncing, hoping we are just approaching 24 hours since it was plugged in, hoping to see it synced hopefully by tonight, if not tomorrow. So stay tuned for updates regarding that. Now, guys, for the chart here, we are going to take a look at the HNT 1 day and 4 hour, as well as the Bitcoin 1 day and 4 hour charts. There's a lot of mixed signals going on the Bitcoin chart, and the HNT chart happens to be looking a lot prettier from a technical perspective. Let's take a look at what we're seeing here on the Bitcoin chart first. One thing that I wanted to point out that we've talked about in other videos, that was the main indicator I was looking for to signal a bottom for Bitcoin or a turnaround in the price, was actually down here on the RSI. If we take a look, we can see that this previous downtrend on the RSI was followed all throughout this price increase up to the previous all-time high, and then all the way down to the local lows down here around the $30 range. And as you can see, the breakout there was the signal for a move and a positive momentum swing all the way up to the new all-time highs just a few months later. And if we take a look at the same RSI chart, of course, now we can see that after the most recent all-time high we have seen a new one of these downtrends on the RSI forming. And if we look closely, we can see that we certainly have broke out of this trend line here. Even if we move it up a little, I would consider this a breakout as of right now. It has been a day or two since we've been above this level. Of course, it is possible now that we make a sharp turnaround and maybe continue the trend line like this, because we don't have a tremendous amount of touches here on this line, so that is possible. However, this is a very long and pronounced trend line. That being said, it is steeper than the previous one. However, that was the one indicator I was looking for, and we'll see if it holds. Of course, with Bitcoin, anything can happen. I do, however, feel like we just weren't down here enough. I feel like the crypto markets and the participants haven't suffered enough down at these low 30 levels for this to be the bottom, but we will see. One thing that I find extremely negative here on the charts is actually on the 4-hour Bitcoin chart. We can see that we are seeing some touches here on the support and resistance line of this ascending triangle, and we are attempting a breakout as we speak. As you can see, this would be the third time we wicked above this resistance here. However, if we look at this chart, we can see that we have barely been above the 60 level on the RSI, which 60 to 70 is considered the bullish control zone. We really haven't been above there, which is a terrible, terrible sign for Bitcoin. But I think even worse than that is down here on the MACD. Guys, if we look at this high and then this more recent high, we can see that these were formed at basically the same level on the price chart. This is maybe a very, very slightly higher close here on this level. However, down here, we can see that there is momentum is dissipating. This is a severe decline in momentum here, positive momentum for Bitcoin. So to be honest, I would be rather surprised to see us break out to the upside of this ascending triangle. This is a huge, huge decline in momentum here for Bitcoin according to the MACD. Now, guys, if we look at the Helium chart, we have made mention on Twitter of this very beautiful double bottom here, and it was an indication that we were moving higher. Now, if we take a look at the one-day chart, we can see that we are interacting perfectly almost with the box that we drew a few weeks ago when we were right around here. We drew this box because we were interested in seeing the interaction of the price level with this support line here in blue and this 200 EMA, as you can see here in white. Of course, we blew straight past it, formed this double bottom, and now came back to try and reclaim this support level already. Now it is acting as resistance, but it was a very fast move down and back up. As you can see, we happen to be dancing along this $29 price level, trying to fight back above. We will see if Helium is able to do that. However, we are above the 200 EMA at this point, which is a good sign, and we will want to stay above that level and try to reclaim this previous support line moving forward. And also, very good to note, we have begun to see positive momentum here building on the MACD on the daily time frame for HNT. If we move to the 4-hour, we are not quite in the positive momentum area for the MACD just yet. Now, guys, one last thing here on the daily Bitcoin chart. I did just extend this supply line here that has been forming the entire decline since the previous all-time highs here for Bitcoin, and it seems as though as we're at a very critical level for the price. It has been forming since the beginning of November, since we were at all-time highs above 67,000 here for the Bitcoin price. So this is a very critical moment. Of course, whether we wick here and touch it and break lower is going to be very bad news for Bitcoin. However, a break higher could indicate that the bottom is in. Time will tell. And of course, if the bottom for Bitcoin is in, it is a very good indicator that the rest of the crypto market will begin to recover. Now, guys, that's all I have for today's video. I just wanted to do a quick update here on the charts, what I'm seeing, what I'm looking out for. Let me know what you guys are seeing, what you're looking out for, how you're feeling about sentiment here in the crypto space and Helium in particular. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe if you have not already. But just like that, this video is over and I'll see you